Hello viewers, welcome back to our channel uClass ODI Medium with an important session of English grammar, that is the use of present perfect. Before we start, let's quickly summarize the topics we have covered so far in previous sessions. In session 1, we have learned what is the difference between tense and time. You know there are two types of tense, present and past, but there are three types of time, there is present, past and future. In session 2 was about the use of present simple, and session 3 was about the use of present progressive and non-progressive verbs. Now today in session 4 we are going to start the topic what is the use of present perfect. Now you see, is present perfect. The structure is subject plus has have plus past participle verb. The structure of present perfect is subject plus has have plus past participle, that means verb, third verb. This present number 3 is used in various situations. In different situations we use present number 3, that is subject plus has have plus third form of the verb, that is past participle. Let's discuss one by one. You see, number 1, it is completed in the past but influence to present. ଅତୀତରେ କୌଣସି କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ୍ ହୋଇଥିଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ତାର ପ୍ରଭାବ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଯଦି ଅନୁଭୂତ ହୋଇଥାଏ. For example, I have eaten. That means I am not hungry now because I have eaten. So the influence of eating is now felt. That's why I am not hungry, because I have eaten. So in the situation which is completed in the past but influence to present, we use present perfect, that is subject plus has have plus past participle verb. You see, number 2, there is action just ended. The action which ended just. For example, my father has just gone to market. My father has just gone to market. In the sentence, you see, the action is just ended. So for such type of action, we use present perfect. That is subject plus has have plus past participle verb. Clear? In number 3, you see, for writers who are alive, the writers who are alive, we use present number 3. For example, our headmaster has written a poem. But we can't say Fakir Mohan has written a poem. Fakir Mohan बहु कविता लिखिचंती. Fakir Mohan wrote a lot of poems. We can't say Fakir Mohan has written so many poems, because our headmaster has written a poem, or our headmaster has written so many poems. Because headmaster is alive, Fakir Mohan is dead. So for the writers who are alive, we use present perfect, and for the writers who are dead, we use past simple. Clear? Then come to number 4. Use TV, radio or news reports. We use present perfect. When we are going to write a report for TV, for newspaper, we always use present perfect. The subject plus has have plus past participle verb. For example, the police have arrived. 20 people have died in the accident. You see, they are all used in present perfect because it's a report. The action which just ended, we use present perfect. Similarly, newspaper reports, TV reports, we also use present perfect. Then come to next point. For you say newspaper headlines. For newspaper headlines, we use present perfect. There is subject plus has have plus past participle form. When you see, we are going to write the Chief Minister of Karnataka has resigned. This is the headline. So we use present number 3. The Chief Minister of Karnataka has resigned. Similarly, we also use present simple for this, that is the newspaper headlines. We may use present simple, but present perfect is also used for the same thing. That is the newspaper headlines. We use present perfect, that is subject plus has have plus past participle form. Now come to the next point, number 6. For words like already, your ever, just, for, since, your for, we use present perfect. For such type of words, for words like already, ever, just, since, for, we use present perfect. For example, I have already told you. You see, I have already told you to do the homework, but you haven't done it. This difference between already and yet, you mark it. I have already told you to do the homework, but you haven't done it so far. That means yet. That means already is used for affirmative sentence, but yet is used for negative sentence. So this is the difference between already and yet. For both of them, we use present perfect. Similarly, you see since and for. For since and for, we use present perfect. But for since, you see, in which situation we use since and in which situation we use for. Since is used for the particular time, but for is used for a period of time. For example, I have been teaching since 1980, but I have been teaching for 40 years. I have been teaching since 1980, that means it is a particular year, but for the period of time, that means for 40 years I have been teaching. So 40 years is a period of time, not exact which year is mentioned, but 1980 is a fixed year. So for the fixed time, particular time, we use since, but for the period of time, we use for. So this is the difference between since and for. Then come to point number 7, that is for the expressions like for the first time, for the second time, for the last time. There are some ordinal numbers and superlative degrees, and only we use present perfect. For like some expressions for ordinal numbers, it is the first time, it is the second time, it is the last time. So for ordinal numbers, so the example is, it is the second time he has ridden a bike. Second time ordinal number is there, so he has ridden. This is the first time he has driven a car. Then for superlative degree, you see it is the best film I have ever seen. This is the best film I have ever seen. He is the only boy who has answered. He is the only boy who has answered. So for ordinal numbers, superlative degrees, and only we use present perfect. So these are the situations in which we use present perfect. Now let's discuss difference between been and gone in present perfect. Suppose somebody has gone to Puri. That means he is not present here. In that case, we use he has gone. He has gone to Puri because he is absent from here. But if I asked anyone, "Tumi Puri jaicha?" then I will say, "Have you been to Puri?" That means, have you visited Puri? So have you been means is have visited. So you see, I have been to Puri, I have been to Delhi, I have been to Mumbai. That means I have visited in my life. But gone is not used there. If a boy has gone to Puri, that means he is not present here. But if I say the boy has been to Puri, that means he has already visited Puri and returned. So this is the difference between been and gone. I have been to Cuttack, I have been to Puri, I have been to Delhi. That means in my lifetime I have visited such places. Now come to the use of present perfect progressive. In present perfect progressive, the structure is subject plus has have plus been plus verb plus ing. And you see, there are only two situations we can use present perfect progressive. Number one, it started in the past. Influence to present, we use present number 3. But started in the past, continuing at present and to be continued in future. In that case, we use present number 4, that is perfect progressive. Which is started in the past and now it is also continuing. And it is also continuing and to be continued in future. In that case, we use present perfect progressive. For example, I have been teaching. I have been teaching. The same example you see, I have been teaching since 1980. That is, been is there. I have been teaching present perfect progressive. Because my teaching was started in 1980 and it is also continuing now and it is also to be continued in future. So in such type of situation we use present perfect progressive. That's number 4. And in second point is, if we want to use present perfect progressive, it must be the cause for the present result. Present result is there. We use for its cause present number 4. For example, I am tired. That means I have been working. His eyes are red. That means he has been crying. His hands are black or his hands are dirty. So he has been working. So for cause for the present result is I am tired. So I have been teaching or I have been working. His eyes are red. This is the present result. So the cause is he has been crying. So for the cause for the present result, we use present number 4. So you see, in such situations, only 2 situations are there in which we use present perfect progressive. Number 1, started in the past, continuing at present, to be continued in future. And point number 2, that means cause for the present result. We use present perfect progressive. Subject plus has have plus been plus verb plus ing. Alright, that is all for the today's session. Hope you all enjoyed and learned so many things. Please do like, share and subscribe our U-Class ODI Medium channel. Please stay tuned for upcoming sessions. Have a good day. Bye.